I'm Jenny Carlson here in Stillwater, where Oklahoma State has defeated Troy 41-38. This was a night of miscues. This was a night of turnovers. But in the end, it was also a night of victory for Oklahoma State. After trading some field goals early and Oklahoma State taking a 6-3 lead into the second quarter, Brandon Whedon hits Colton Shelf for a 45-yard completion, takes the Cowboys down to the Troy 16-yard line, and 2 plays later, Kendall Hunter gets into the end zone, 10 yards, a beautiful play. His hand is down, but he is not. They review the play and determine, yes, it was a touchdown for Kendall Hunter. Oklahoma State leads 13-3. After a Troy field goal, Oklahoma State gets the ball back, and Brandon Whedon hits Josh Cooper on a nice pass, but Cooper fumbles, sets up a short field for Troy, and they score. Corey Robinson hitting Jarrell Jernigan for 10 yards, and Troy takes a 17-13 lead on Oklahoma State. With Troy leading by a touchdown, Brandon Whedon hits Josh Cooper a long 40-yard play that gets the Cowboys into Troy territory at the 24-yard line. And on the very next play, Kendall Hunter into the end zone again, 24 yards. He finishes the night with a career-high 28 rushes for 157 yards and 2 touchdowns. It's a tie ball game at 20. The very next play, though, Quinn Sharp kicks off, and Jarrell Jernigan hits a big return for Troy, 100 yards. Scores on the kickoff return, and Troy leads 27-20, a shocker at halftime. On the opening possession of the second half, Oklahoma State takes possession, and Brandon Whedon and Josh Cooper hook up big again, 41 yards to the Troy 26. Josh Cooper finishing out the day with 8 catches for a career-high 114 yards in the game. Then Brandon Whedon, another pass completion. This one to Justin Blackman, 2 yards, the fade into the corner of the end zone, and Oklahoma State strikes out of halftime. It's tied 27-27. On Troy's next possession, the Trojans are forced to punt, and Josh Cooper makes them pay 66 yards. He cuts and weaves and makes it all the way to the end zone. It's only his second touchdown of his Cowboy career.
Yeah, you try to think you're going to take it all the way every time, so, that's once I got outside the wall and everything that was said, our team blocked it up real well, and once I got outside of it, I felt pretty confident.
With a field goal, Troy cuts Oklahoma State's lead to 34-30, but then in the fourth quarter, Oklahoma State's defense comes to play. Pass completion to Jarrell Jernigan, and Anthony Rogers forces a fumble that's recovered by Ori Lemon. Oklahoma State has possession. Brandon Whedon and Justin Blackman hook up again. This one's a beautiful 45-yard touchdown. Justin Blackman finishes the day with 10 catches, 132 yards, 2 touchdowns. Brandon Whedon, a career-high 348 yards. It's the 9th best single-game passing mark by a Cowboy. Oklahoma State leads 41-30. Troy responds with a Corey Robinson touchdown pass to Brett Moncrief, 14 yards. Late in the game, Oklahoma State's lead is trimmed to 3, 41-38. Oklahoma State's offense back on the field, milking clock. And it looks like the victory is in hand. Brandon Whedon preparing to take a knee, but the snap is bobbled and fumbled, and Troy takes the ball back with less than a minute to go. New life for the Trojans. But the Cowboy defense responds. Justin Gent gets in and sacks Corey Robinson and forces the fumble. Ori Lemon comes up with the ball, and Oklahoma State is able to run out the clock. Ori Lemon with 11 solo tackles, 2 fumble recoveries. Defense saved the day for the Cowboys. The Cowboys are pleased with this victory, but not exactly pleased with their execution. Here's what the Cowboys had to say after the game.
Well, obviously, anybody that paid the price of admission got their money's worth tonight. And anybody that had any kind of a heart condition probably struggled through the game. Very interesting game. We talked last week about Troy. They're very athletic. They've got skilled guys that can make plays. We did not tackle very well in open field tonight. I was disappointed with that. I was disappointed with our play on special teams, even though I thought Coach DeForest made a great adjustment on the punt where we put 2 returners back. Gave us a chance to field it and make a play, which worked out well for us. I was very disappointed in the penalties. I see here that we had 12 penalties for 139 yards, and that's unacceptable, and that's our fault as coaches.
It's something that we talk to our players all the time. It ain't over till it's over, you know. And I was over there shaking hands with Ori Lemon before that, and I said, hey, if barring a turnover, we're going to win this one. And then all of a sudden, there it was. So I mean, unfortunately, but Justin Gent come in there and just made a sensational play.
Have you ever seen the kneel down play like that with a fumble?
No. Have you? Jeez. It's kind of why you do it. I mean, you get it under real, tight, and you get the backs right there to scoop it up. And, I don't know. It's a game of football, I guess.
Kind of summarized how your night went.
It kind of summarized how our night went. By the time we ended up getting some big plays, there was penalties, on all sides of the ball. It happened on the offense, defense, and special teams. So when you can overcome a lot of that stuff and you win, then you need to enjoy it. That's for sure. Learn from it, but enjoy it.
Just didn't get it right, hit the thumb, and just was on the ground, and I was pretty upset when I was on the bottom of that pile.
I was going to say, did the thumb come into play there at all? Because obviously you guys were in the shotgun the next time.
Yeah, didn't feel good, but that's no excuse. That's just it's stuff we've been doing from day one. It's no excuse. Thumb, good or bad, no excuse. It's kind of embarrassing to get in the shotgun to do a victory, but we'll learn from it. I'll learn from it. Won't happen again. I can promise you that.